Alright, so if you caught yesterday's video, you know I covered a bunch of potential directions for the next Blue Lock Rivals update. From a basic QOL patch, to reworks for Nail Rin, and even Yukumiya. But now it's been confirmed. The upcoming update is actually going to be a QOL update and a summer-themed event. And that's dropping this week. But it's not just any QOL update. This one's got some big surprises baked in. First off, we're getting a map expansion. Yup, the devs said the map will be about 10% larger, which might not sound huge on paper, but trust me, it'll completely change the way the game flows, especially in the first few seconds of a match. Players who get frustrated by early rushes and instant goals might finally get some breathing room. And that's not all. We're also getting multiple summer maps. Yeah, plural, meaning there'll be fresh scenery to break up the repetition. It's literally written as summer maps in the update teaser, so expect at least 2 or maybe even 3 different themed maps. Even more exciting? This is just Summer Part 1, which definitely implies there's going to be a Part 2 later on. What could that be? No clue yet, but it opens up a lot of fun possibilities. Let's talk about the QOL part now. One big change that's likely coming is a nerf to Aiku. More specifically, we're talking about trap moves like Periscope and Territory, both of which can be abused to make Aiku nearly impossible to get past. The devs might be replacing or even removing those abilities from his base kit. And it's not just Aiku. Other styles that have built-in trap mechanics, excluding Nagi, might also be getting adjustments. Personally, I think this is long overdue. Aiku's been a problem for a while, especially when he's on full defense, camping the box, and combining those traps with his awakening. It's honestly ridiculous how hard it is to score against him when he's at full power. Even top-tier strikers like Kaiser or Don Lorenzo end up feeling useless. Speaking of Kaiser, the devs might also be buffing the speed of his Kaiser impact. Lately, I've been seeing a lot of discussion around how it feels a bit too slow, especially compared to his shot after using Emperor Root, which ironically hits harder. The community's been asking for a speed buff, and I think it'd go a long way in helping Kaiser feel more like the powerhouse he's supposed to be. While they're at it, I'd also love to see a buff to goalkeeper throws. Right now, they feel super weak unless you're running specific flow abilities like Emperor or Destructive Impulses. It'd be great if we could get solid long throws without needing those extra layers. Now here's another change that's being tested, the return to lobby mechanic. Right now, players can abuse it, especially goalkeepers who lose the ball, leave the match, and rejoin as keepers seconds later. It's frustrating, unfair, and just doesn't make for good gameplay. The new update might introduce a short cooldown, something like a 10 to 15 second delay, or even restrict rejoining until a goal is scored. Either way, it should help reduce that kind of exploit. And be honest, have you ever used the return to lobby button that way yourself? Circling back to the summer content, I think the idea of multiple maps is one of the most exciting things here. The community voted overwhelmingly, over 91%, in favor of expanding the map, and the devs listened. One map might be beach-themed, another could be a lush green forest, and maybe there's even a third mystery map we haven't seen teased yet. And hopefully they'll decorate the main lobby too. A full-on summer vibe would really make the game feel fresh. To me, it's genuinely refreshing to see the devs finally expanding their focus beyond just pumping out new styles. Don't get me wrong, new styles are fun, and we all love pulling for them. But after a while, they alone aren't enough to keep the game engaging. What we really need is variety in both gameplay and the experience around it. This update's emphasis on QOL improvements, visual polish, and multiple maps feels like a solid shift in that direction. Bigger maps open up room for smarter play, the summer themes give everything a new look, and rebalancing styles like Aiku and Kaiser shows they're actually listening to what the community's been asking for. And it's not just the devs stepping up. The player base has been contributing some amazing suggestions too. For example, I saw this one suggestion that really stood out to me. New core mechanics that could redefine how we play entirely. On the attacking side, things like fake shots, curved shots, and Rabonas. Imagine hitting a perfect Rabona by double tapping the shoot button, or curving your shots with new left-right arrow buttons. And hey, maybe we'll even see flashier kicks like scissor kicks, bicycle kicks, or even scorpion finishes down the line. These would add way more variety than just pressing V, C, Q on repeat. On defense, the suggestion was to introduce mechanics like a timed block, so you'd actually have to skillfully block an incoming shot, not just rely on style auto-deflects. A standing tackle could also make defending feel more intentional. And for passing, the same idea applies. Imagine curved passing options. Lob passes, ground passes, through balls, all with curved trajectories using those same arrow inputs. It'd give us a whole new layer of control and strategy. Moves wouldn't be locked behind styles as much. Skill and timing would start to matter more. If the devs actually implement ideas like these, then we're not just talking about a great update. We're talking about Blue Lock Rivals evolving into a genuinely skill-based football experience. And that's something I think a lot of us have been hoping to see. So here's what I want to know from you. Are you happy about the map size increase? What kind of summer map themes would you want to see? Do you think the Aiku nerf is fair or too harsh? And if they really are buffing Kaiser's shot speed, do you think it'll bring him back into the meta? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I always read through what you say, and it genuinely helps shape what I talk about next. And of course, if you're not subscribed yet, consider hitting that button. We're super close to 20,000 subs, and I'd love to have you be a part of the milestone. Big stuff's coming soon, including whatever Summer Part 2 has in store. And trust me, you don't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and before I go, I actually wanted to mention one last thing I came across while scrolling through the Suggestions tab. Someone brought up a really interesting idea about the larger map update, not just expanding the current one, but introducing an entirely new permanent game mode that's more like actual football. The idea is to make a game mode where teamwork, strategy, and passing really matter, where you can't just solo run from one end to the other spamming V, C, Q, and M1. Instead, you'd have to move around defenders, time passes, and set up real scoring opportunities, just like in the anime or manga. The idea also brings up how it could help fix defending, especially when it comes to players like Aiku. Like, what if his abilities only worked outside the box, so you'd still be rewarded for making it into the box with skill? It's a fresh take that I think would make the game way more fun and realistic. Sure, the biggest downside would be player count. Maybe switching to 7 versus 7 instead of 5 versus 5, but I think that could be manageable. Even ball hogging could be addressed with gradual speed loss or a forced pass mechanic. Let me know what you think about that idea. I'd genuinely love to hear your take on it. So yeah, with QOL improvements on the way, bigger maps, possibly a new long-term vision for gameplay, and even more surprises coming in Summer Part 2. Now's the perfect time to get involved. What do you hope shows up next? Are you Team Rin rework or Team Yukimiya? Think Kaiser needs that shot buff or nah? And what do you think of that full-size soccer mode idea? Let me know down in the comments. And again, thank you for being here, thank you for supporting the channel, and I'll catch you real soon in the next one.